Ever since I became a fan of wrestling, I have fantasy booked Royal Rumbles. First I did it with my toys, then I did it in a notebook, and now I do it as a full-grown man. That's not depressing at all. The Royal Rumble is just one of the most magical times of the year. It doesn't matter how bad WWE is, the Royal Rumble is always a reason to get my hopes up, even if it doesn't always pay off. This year, WWE is actually pretty good, and the Royal Rumble is already looking stacked. At the time of my recording, names like Roman Reigns, John Cena, and CM Punk have already declared, so I'm just so excited for the match. As always, this is just an idea. I'm not Triple H, I'm not a professional booker, this isn't going to be perfect, but hopefully you guys just enjoy some of my ideas. Anyways, let's get started.
Oh, and by the way, Beaner Bronco Buster?
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come from?
Improv.
That was wonderful.
We kick things off with Seth Rollins. This Rumble is stacked with so many big names. I think we should really spread out the big names instead of, having them all come out at the end. This is going to lead us to another big name at number 2, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins starting the Rumble is just too perfect, and a great way to show people that we are not messing around this year. Next at number 3, we have Braun Breaker. Braun is the perfect up-and-coming star who can come in and believably stand toe-to-toe with names like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Next at number 4 is another up-and-coming star, Dominic Mysterio. Dom is actually not going to enter the match though. He sees Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins beating the hell out of each other, and he decides to wait on the outside. Let's fast forward a little. Number 5, 6, and 8 all come out. This is Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is actually going to be the person to finally throw Dominic Mysterio into the match, but he doesn't eliminate him. We still have no eliminations until number 8. LA Knight comes out, and he immediately throws Shinsuke Nakamura out. I'm not sure if these two are still going to be feuding at this point. I'm honestly not sure who's going to be the US champion at this point, but it really doesn't matter. We have our first elimination. Braun Strowman comes out at 9, Penta comes out at 10, and then we're going to enter the bloodline section of the match. Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa all come out back to back to back, and I'll be honest, I don't know where this is going. I really have no idea where WWE is taking the bloodline story, but I think it makes sense to give them a few minutes here. What I would do is have Solo Sikoa try to rally them all together, but Jacob Fatu will actually be the one to turn on him and eliminate him. This could lead to Solo vs. Jacob in the future, or maybe even at WrestleMania. But I don't want it to look like Fatu is joining the OG bloodline or anything, so he's going to throw out Jimmy Uso as well. We're going to fast forward a little again, and we have Ludwig Kaiser and Finn Balor enter the match. While this is happening, Braun Strowman is going to single-handedly be eliminated by Braun Breaker. So the ring is pretty full, but Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are the only two men standing. They sort of look at each other for a moment, unsure of what to do, before number 16 enters. It's Drew McIntyre. It looked like Roman and Jey might fight each other, but now that McIntyre is coming out, they have a clear enemy. McIntyre enters the match, and I want him to eliminate Roman Reigns easily. I know a lot of people think Roman is going to face CM Punk at WrestleMania, but I would just be way more interested in Drew McIntyre, and I really think he deserves, a big Mania match with Roman Reigns. He said he was coming after the bloodline, and just like that, he has eliminated the tribal chief. Number 17 is Sami Zayn, and he will come face to face with a disheartened Roman Reigns at the bottom of the ramp as Seth Rollins watches from the ring. I love the moment on Raw where Seth asked Sami, how much are you going to help Roman Reigns? So I would have Seth yell at Sami, why don't you give him your spot, or something like that. Sami eventually enters the ring, and he's just going to immediately attack Seth Rollins. Before number 18 comes out, Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are going to work together to eliminate LA Knight. 18 then comes out, and it's Trick Williams from NXT. I want to basically copy what Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn did in 2016, so Trick runs down to the ring and immediately just starts throwing hands with Carmelo Hayes. Sheamus and Rey Mysterio enter the ring next, but before we get to number 21, it's time for Jacob Fatu to be eliminated after hopefully a good showing. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are going to work together to toss him out. Alright, number 21 is John Cena. Cena runs down to the ring and he soaks everything in for a moment before he starts kicking some ass, showing everyone that he is not messing around and he is here to win this whole match. Cena eliminates Penta and he works together with Rey Mysterio to eliminate Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. Cena admires his handiwork, but he doesn't have long to celebrate as the countdown for number 22 has already started. It's Gunther. I have no idea what the plan for Gunther is, but this just makes sense to me for a couple reasons. Gunther is all about proving that he is the best wrestler in the world. Well, I know we all like to pretend Crown Jewel didn't happen, but Cody Rhodes pinned him clean. Gunther wants revenge. One world championship isn't enough. He wants Cody, and he wants the undisputed title. Gunther comes in and just completely changes the match. He lays out everyone and eliminates Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Rey Mysterio. He is only finally slowed down by Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, who are still working together, but even that doesn't work as Gunther throws Sami out as well. Damian Priest enters, who cares? Andrade enters, who cares? Number 25 is CM Punk. Punk comes in and immediately comes face to face with Seth Rollins, but Rollins is in bad shape. He's been in this match since number 1 and it's showing. Rollins doesn't get eliminated immediately, but CM Punk is basically, he's basically just toying with him. 26 is Chad Gable, and 27 is Logan Paul. God, I really didn't want to include Logan Paul, but it feels inevitable at this point. He can have his moment with Cena, but that is not the direction I would go at all. So we're actually going to have Logan Paul eliminate Jey Uso. I don't know why, I'm not interested in seeing this match, but it just makes sense to me. Before 28, Seth Rollins is going to be eliminated by CM Punk. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care that they already wrestled on the first Netflix. This needs to be the WrestleMania match. Rollins is going to jump back into the ring and eliminate CM Punk. Then they're going to fight all the way up the ramp, and they are not going to stop fighting until WrestleMania is over. Number 28 is Kofi Kingston, and I have a question for you guys. Would it be fucked up for Kofi to come out to Big E's music? Is that too far? Teasing people that Big E's returning? I genuinely don't know, because to me, it's right on the line between great heat and being way too messed up. Anyways, number 29 is Aleister Black. And man, I don't know. If you really pushed me for an answer, I would tell you that I don't think this is happening, but I'm just going to try to speak it into existence. Now, I do actually think Black is going back to WWE, but I'm just not sure if it'll be at the Royal Rumble. Number 1, we don't know exactly when his contract expires. Number 2, I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling that we could see Triple H bring back the QR code bullshit for Black's return and make us wait all the way till WrestleMania. Anyways, we're going to say screw all that and have Black return here in the Rumble. And we just have so many cool directions that we could go. Black could have a stare down with Drew McIntyre or John Cena. There's just so many cool options. But I'm actually going to have Black eliminate Damian Priest. I think Aleister Black and Damian Priest could just do some cool shit. And Priest is a pretty big name that Black could realistically beat. So that's the direction that I would go for Aleister Black's first feud. Before number 30 enters, we have 3 more eliminations. Logan Paul is going to get his moment with John Cena when Cena hits him with an attitude adjustment all the way out of the ring. Then Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser are going to be fighting on the ropes when Gunther sneaks up and throws both men out. Number 30 is Randy Orton. I could see Orton returning during the Cody Rhodes vs Kevin match, but I think having him come out at 30 is a safer bet. He's just a name that will get a good reaction no matter what. Orton enters the ring and throws out Andrade and Chad Gable before sharing a moment with John Cena. The moment is quickly ended after Braun Breaker tries to attack both men, but Cena and Orton are going to throw him out together. Really great showing from Braun Breaker. Kofi Kingston is the next to be eliminated. I would like Big E to come out and get physical, but I just have no idea what his situation is, so I'm not going to predict something like that. Cena can eliminate Kofi. Aleister Black is then eliminated by Randy Orton. This means our final 4 is Drew McIntyre, John Cena, Gunther, and Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre is actually going to be the first to be eliminated by Gunther. I think Drew has a real shot to win the Rumble, but like we established earlier, I want to see him face Roman Reigns. This leaves just Gunther, Orton, and Cena, and I think it would be really cool to see Orton and Cena kind of work together. In the end though, Gunther is going to eliminate Randy Orton, leaving just Cena and Gunther. I know it probably seems obvious Cena wins here, but I don't know. Cena winning is an easy option. There's nothing wrong with it, it makes sense, but I want to do something different. I would have Gunther win the Royal Rumble. I know what you're thinking, that sounds crazy. Why would the World Heavyweight Champion win the Rumble? Who does that help? Are you really going to unify the titles? Hear me out. So Gunther wins and he declares on the very next night that he is challenging Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. He gives all the reasoning that I explained earlier. You know, Cody beat him clean, he wants his win back, he wants both titles. You know, WWE, they even post a graphic for the match. They make this shit look official. John Cena now has to change his mind. Cena has to convince Gunther to choose him over Cody Rhodes. Cena has to convince Gunther that a win over him is more impressive than winning the undisputed WWE Championship. You know, the whole reason Gunther wants to face Cody is because he thinks that beating him will further establish himself as the best wrestler in the world. But Cena has to convince Gunther, you want to prove you're the best? You have to beat me. I know this is kind of risky. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't going to be crazy about it, but I just want to see something different. Cena winning the Rumble would be cool. Roman winning the Rumble would be cool. I don't want cool. I want to watch the Rumble and say to myself, holy shit, I can't believe they just did that. But anyways, that's how I would book the Rumble. Would you have someone else win? Would you have different surprise entrants? Let me know.
Frank! Hey, Frank, Rudy's on. He's good people. Stay the fuck out of there!